What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny 2. We are back with another This Week in Destiny, taking a look ahead at everything that you can expect for the up and coming week. So if you want to find out more about the Dares of Eternity loot, what the Vault of Glass raid challenge and loot is for this week, all the weekly rituals, the lost sectors for this week's weekly reset, and also what tests are available for Bright Dust this week, then be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Just over 70% of the viewers on the channel aren't currently subscribed, so make sure to hit that red button and ring that bell to make sure you don't miss an update. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now this week's episode is brought to us by our official channel partner, and that is Apex Gaming PCs. Building your own PC can be a daunting task and a very expensive one, but Apex Gaming PCs makes it an absolute breeze. Not only can you build your own, we also have our own range of Jarv PCs that you can choose from, and further still you can even customize these to your exact requirements. It helps you push your budget a bit further, and right now if you use code Jarv at checkout you'll save 5% off your order. So if you want to stretch your money a bit further and get an absolutely top tier PC build, then make sure to check out Apex Gaming PCs. All their details are down in the video description below. Now jumping back into This Week in Destiny, we are in week 25 of Season of the Lost and week 10 of the 30th anniversary pack. Now this week is a great week to make sure you have your triumphs done for your Moment of Triumph seal. So if you still have 1 or 2 triumphs left to do, much like myself, be sure to get them done before the end of this season, as this will no longer be available from the 22nd of February. Now jumping into Dares of Eternity, and we have some sweet loot available this week. We have the Anti-Extinction Armor set available, which is the original Dead Orbit set from the Faction Rally. This is also alongside the Sovereign set, which is for the new Monarchy, which is no longer available and perfect for your Transmog collection. And finally for the armor, we have the Simulator Suit set. This is for the Future War Cult. These are all available as legendary drops during the Dares of Eternity this week, either during the activity or via the activity completion itself. The same can be said for the weapons in terms of their source, but in terms of weapons that are available, we have the Enigma's Draw sidearm, the Dire Promise and True Prophecy hand cannons, the Timeline's Vertex fusion rifle, Honor's Edge sword, the Interference grenade launcher, the Instant Tumulus sniper rifle, the Arsenic Bite bow, the Juan 7 pulse rifle, and the Escape Velocity SMG. There are some top tier weapons available this week in Dares of Eternity, so whether you're looking to complete triumphs to get your 30th anniversary seal and some exclusive loot, or even some final god rolls before the end of the season, this week is a great week to jump into that activity. Now moving on to the Vault of Glass, we have a new raid challenge. This can be found over in the Atheon encounter, and this is the Ensemble's Refrain. Now each player that is teleported can only destroy 1 oracle during each spawned set. It will require good team coordination and planning to get this done. But if you can complete this on the master difficulty, you'll get your hands on the Corrective Measure time loss weapon. The Corrective Measure is up there with one of the best legendary machine guns in the game, and as we know with the time loss weapons, they have second perks in the 3rd and 4th column. It's pretty much a guaranteed god roll each and every time, so definitely jump into the Vault of Glass this week to get your hands on some sweet legendary loot. Now moving on to the weekly rituals, we have a new legendary Shattered Realm. Now these do rotate on a daily basis, allowing you to catch up on the seasonal story beats ahead of the end of the season. And if you haven't got up to date with all the seasonal story beats so far, there's an exotic sparrow waiting for you at the very end. It's well worth doing if you haven't caught up already, and it will set you up for the finale between now and the Witch Queen on the 22nd. Now the legendary Shattered Realm on the weekly reset will be the Debris of Dreams. So if there's mysteries, enigmatic mysteries and anchors that you haven't still found, and you still need to complete them for your Realm Walker seal, that will be your opportunity upon this week's weekly reset. Now as for the Crucible Rotator this week, this moves around to Clash, so Team Deathmatch is back. Not that many people play the objective in Crucible anyway, but if you fancy some straight up Team Deathmatch this time around, then Clash is your call-in, and be sure to jump into the Crucible this week. Now as for the Nightfall and Grandmaster Nightfall for week 25, this will be the Hallowed Lair. Now the Hallowed Lair has been added to the Destiny content vault upon the launch of the Witch Queen, so if you don't have the Grandmaster catch-up node available, this could be your last opportunity to run this Nightfall strike this week. Now with each new Nightfall, there's new exclusive Nightfall weapons to earn. You can earn the regular versions through the normal Nightfalls and the Adept versions through the Grandmaster difficulty. Now one of the weapons available is the Comedian Shotgun. Now the Comedian Shotgun itself isn't the most popular shotgun in the game, but we made a video covering a very strong build that makes this an absolutely top tier ad clearing weapon. So if you fancy seeking out the role that we talk about in that video, then I'll be sure to link that down in the video description below. Now alongside the Comedian, we also see the return of the Shadow Price. This is also available as a Nightfall weapon this week. Shadow Price is one of the better auto rifles when it comes to anti-barrier weapons this season. Now with that being said, auto rifles are still going to be key going into season 16, and Shadow Price is definitely one of the more available auto rifles in the loot pools. So if you find yourself not having a good roll on either the Comedian or the Shadow Price, then this week is definitely the week to jump into those Nightfalls. Now alongside those Nightfall weapons and also potentially completing your Conqueror Seal, there's also bonus Vanguard ranks all week long. So if you're still running out a few triumphs and earning those ornaments for your Ascendancy rocket launcher before the new pinnacle weapon gets added in season 16, then make sure to jump into those Vanguard operation playlists and get those strikes done. Now heading over to Europa, we have a new Eclipse Zone upon this week's weekly reset, and that can be found over in the Staring Abyss. So you'll need to head over there to find your target if you're still finishing out some of the augments from the Beyond Light campaign. Now as for the Empire Hunt, this will be the Warrior this week. Now whilst you may not be running this for pinnacle loot, as everyone's power level will be increased upon the launch of the Witch Queen, it's still worth running if you're chasing down either a Cloud Strike sniper rifle or you just need to finish triumphs for your Moment of Triumph seal. So if you still need to get those two things in the bag, then make sure to jump over into the Empire Hunts to get that challenge done. Now with that being said, if you're still seeking out a few additional power levels anyway, then the Exo challenge is also available, and this will be Simulation Agility this week. Now to ensure these are both pinnacle rewards though, Varianx will need to have his Sabotage quest fully upgraded over on Europa 2, so make sure to head over there to get them done. Now moving on to the Lost Sectors for Tuesday the 8th of February only. Now the Legend Lost Sector can be found over on the Tangled Shore upon this week's weekly reset over in the Empty Tank. So if you're looking for exotic chest pieces such as the Crest of the Falling Star, the Omni Oculus or the Mantle of Battle Harmony, that would be your destination upon this week's weekly reset. Now as for the Master difficulty, you'll need to head over to the Dreaming City over to Aphelios Rest. This will be offering exotic gauntlets such as the Icefall Mantle, the No Backup Plans and the Necrotic Grips. So if you haven't got good rolls on them or you haven't added them to your collection just yet, then you'll need to head over there to get your chance. Now last but no means least, we're moving on to one of the most important parts of the week, and that's what Tess has available for Bright Dust in week 25 of Season of the Lost. Now over in the main featured Bright Dust store, we have the Drone Flight and Exotic Emote. This was introduced as part of the 30th anniversary pack and has been available for silver. So if you fancy saving some real world money, you can pick it up this week for 3,250 Bright Dust. Next up we have the Obdurate Economy. This is an exotic ship that was also introduced with the 30th anniversary pack, and it's definitely one of the more unique offerings available. If you didn't fancy spending 800 silver on this, you can pick it up this week for 2,000 Bright Dust instead. Alongside this we have the Paraversal Singularity, a transmat effect that was introduced with the 30th anniversary pack as well, and this will set you back 450 Bright Dust to add to your collection. And the shader for this week is the Chalco's Finery. This was introduced with the Black Armory, so if you missed out on it way back then, you can pick it up right now for 300 Bright Dust this week. Now over in the main Bright Dust store we have the We Came to Get Started exotic emote, once again introduced with the 30th anniversary pack and previously available for 1,000 silver. You can pick it up this week though for 3,250 Bright Dust. That's alongside the Wild Thoughts, also a brand new emote, with this one being a rare in rarity. But if you still fancy adding this to your emote wheel, this will set you back 400 Bright Dust this week. That's alongside the Monstrous Shell, very much a Halo themed shell this, that was previously available for 600 silver. So if you want to make sure you have all the Halo themed items before the end of the current season, you can pick it up this week for 2,850 Bright Dust. Next we have the Arrow of Time, an old exotic ship from the Season of the Worthy. If you missed out on it back then and fancy adding this to the collection, this will set you back 2,000 Bright Dust this week. Next up we have the Galvanic Fork, an awesome looking sparrow that was introduced with Season of Arrivals. So if you missed out on it way back then and like the look of this will set you back 2,500 in Bright Dust. That's alongside the Trials of Osiris Ghost Projection. If you're a big fan of Trials or just want to show your respect to Osiris, then you can pick up the Ghost Projection and this will set you back 1,500 Bright Dust this week. And the final item on offer is an exotic weapon ornament for the Malfeasance, and this one's called the Pink Mist. It was introduced with the 30th anniversary pack and was previously available for 700 silver. But once again, if you fancy saving some pennies, you can pick it up this week for 1,250 Bright Dust. So there we have it, guys, a good look at everything that you can expect for week 25 of Season of the Lost. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always, guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.